Hi everyone, I'm Emily and welcome to my West Midlands garden here in the UK. May has brought a tremendous amount of rain, but also a good deal of sunshine, and the plants have responded very well. The early spring beauties are now fading, and every day something different is appearing as we move further into the season. I've still got lots to do. My skimmias need tidying now that the new growth is coming through. The flowers of my clematis have gone over, but they've left behind these really interesting seed heads, which I actually quite like. My laurel has also finished flowering and has now produced these berries. The white border is mostly green at the moment, but the white foxgloves will soon open up, and the geraniums and hydrangeas will follow with their white flowers too. I'm loving my hostas at the moment. Even though I have slugs and snails everywhere, they've pretty much left my hostas alone this year, which I'm very happy about. And look at the tall flower spike on this one. I just love it. One thing that does need removing is this Acer Orange Dream, which has completely died. Very disappointing. The rest of this border is looking so much better than last year. There's still lots to look at. I think all the rain has left everything looking much lusher too. The plants just seem so much happier and healthier, and that makes me happy. Each year I try to leave part of the lawn unmown as a compromise because I do love a cut lawn. Usually it's along the path, but this time I've done it in the centre of the lawn, which is the most unused space, and so this should give a home for the moths that like to live in this area. Having the fence back in place has made such a difference. It's made this area feel like part of the garden again. Other than pulling up some bluebells and pruning the shrubs, I haven't done too much here. It looks a bit packed in this area, but I'm going to move the forget-me-nots and some of the bluebells and see if that creates some space before I decide whether I need to move some plants around. This border has really filled out now. My favourite thing has been these foxgloves. They look so statuesque. I think next year I'll have foxgloves running all the way through this border instead of these verbascums at the back. The verbascums are just flopping all over the place and can't seem to hold themselves up, which is disappointing because they're so beautiful. If anyone has any tips for making them sturdier, please leave me a comment below. My rose is looking glorious. I've moved my planter so that every time I walk past I can stop and have a good sniff. The only problem at the moment is that many of the blooms are quite low down, but in time it'll grow bigger, and I'm looking forward to enjoying this rose for many years to come. The bright pink clashes a little with the rest of the border at the moment, but I'm hoping the pink lupin and the soon to flower rose campion will tie everything together. Well, hopefully. Back here my berries are doing well. And I love the actea and the astranzias. Honestly, I just love everything back here, to be fair. The pigeons have absolutely decimated my fruit trees by eating all the leaves. This plum has suffered the worst, and my cherry tree hasn't escaped either. So many cherries have fallen off. I think I've only got about 5 left now. After a bit of weeding, some gaps have opened up here, so I brought some miniature hostas at the Chelsea Flower Show for this space. They won't grow too large, and they'll add to the green tones in this area. This is just such a lovely place to sit. It gets the morning sun and then stays shady for the rest of the day, so it feels really peaceful and relaxing and feels wonderfully cool on a hot day. The silver leaves of this malva look as though they're struggling in the heat, but it's actually just started to flower. It produces pink flowers that fade to a soft lavender tone, just as its name suggests. There's still lots of space in this border, but I'm in no rush to fill it. The pond is almost completely hidden now by the spirea and the crocosmia. This whole area feels very wild, which I really like. Last year I had some frogs hiding under here too, so I'm gonna leave it nice and overgrown for them. I'm actually so glad the gardens at Chelsea use lots of weeds this year. It makes me feel much better about this garden because I do struggle to keep on top of them. I love the clashing colours of the salvias and the erysimum, and I also love the combination of the leucanthemum and the ceanothus. These plums are looking delicious already. I'm just hoping the birds leave me some this year. The geums have been flowering for a couple of weeks now, and my daily task is deadheading them to keep the flowers coming for as long as possible. But it's the poppies that have just started to appear, and they never fail to impress me. I genuinely thought this plant had died last year, and I'm so glad I left it in just in case. Look how many flowers are still to come. I've kept on top of my clematis. It's not all a tangly mess, and they should be flowering anytime soon now. This whole border makes me smile. I remember standing here a few months ago wondering whether any of the plants had survived the winter at all, and clearly they have. Now it's just about enjoying every moment and trusting that as some plants fade, others will step in to take their place. But there's no point worrying about the future. I'd rather just enjoy today instead. And here's my favourite rose, Emily Bronte. There's honestly never a point in the year when this rose doesn't look beautiful, and now I finally get to enjoy the long-awaited blooms. I love how the flowers look at every stage as they unfurl. And the scent is absolutely incredible too, which is an added bonus. I've got other roses coming along nicely as well. They're in pots. Some were given to me from my brother as a gift, and I grew this one from a cut-in from my friend Zelfa. The blueberries are looking a little small at the moment, so I've been watering them to try and bulk them up. I probably need to feed them more regularly too. I didn't really want to be left with all these plants at this time of the year, but I keep taking cut-ins like I'm Carol Klein, except unlike her, I've got nowhere to put them. Oh well, at least the first strawberries are starting to appear now. It's just going to be a bit difficult getting to them with all these pots in the way. Speaking of strawberries, one morning before work I had a moment of madness and cut out this little section from the lawn. I did put a strawberry tower here, but I completely forgot it was there and knocked it over with the hose pipe. I still haven't got round to putting it back together, so the tiers are just sitting out here separately at the moment. To finish off, I'll show you my favourite fern, which has put on so much growth over the past couple of weeks. I just love everything about this fern, the colour, the form. It's just beautiful. And these poppies were actually here before I bought the house. I often scatter their seeds around the garden, but they seem happiest growing here in this shady corner. And I think that's everything for this month. I hope you've enjoyed this little garden update. Thank you so much for watching. It's been lovely to see so many new subscribers lately, and I'm really grateful for every one of you. Anyway, I'll see you again next month to see how the garden is getting on as we head into summer. Until then, I hope all is well with you, and that each day you'll be able to find one thing that makes you smile, no matter how small.